Hey, what's going on, everybody? You already know who it is, and just in case you don't, it is your favorite Kingdom influencer, your nephew, your friend, J.R. Reynolds of Eagle Vision Production. And look, did y'all see the flyer that was just up here? My new single, God's Plan, is coming out, just in case you have not heard. It is coming out September 29th, and you can pre-order today. We had a listening party on Saturday, y'all, and it was absolutely amazing. Had about 50 friends that said, look, JR, I'm going to stand with you, whatever it takes, whatever we need to do, we're going to make this happen. And you can stand with me too, okay? Look, we need 1,000 people, y'all, on September 29th. We need 1,000 people to say, we'll purchase this song on Amazon, iTunes, wherever you can buy music. We need 1,000 people to stand so we can chart. We're going to the Billboard charts, y'all. And if y'all know me, you know this has been a long time coming. So yes, I need y'all super excited. And we're going to make this happen. So on the conversation, you know how we do. We interview artists and authors and poets and anybody doing anything positive in the community. Yesterday, we had the honor to interview. His name is James Cooper. We had a few technical difficulties, but we did not let that stop us. We went live on Instagram. We shared it on here, and we let it do what it do. Today, we have an author. I'm super excited about talking to her. And she's not just an author. She's a bully activist. She's out in the community. She is doing her thing. So today will be no different. We're going to be talking about everything she has going on. But before we bring her on, I want to make you all welcome. So if you're here, I see we got some numbers today. So if you're here, just say hey in the comments. Just let me know you're watching. Like they say in church, we don't want no spectators. We want some participators, okay? Because that's how you get the blessing. You got to thank God. You got to praise him. You got to participate in what's going on. So drop your name down here. Let us know where you are commenting or showing love from. We're going to bring on this new author, Miss Author. Lord, I'm going to get it. I got you. Ejene, what's going on? I was praying like, Lord Jesus. Thank you so much for getting on. And you're looking beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you so much. And look, let me see. We got some people in the comments. Okay. Hey, Kurt Tanise, I see you. My girl, what's going on, Miss Alicia Pickney, y'all? She is one of the baddest braiders in the land. So if you need your hair braided, I need y'all to hit Lily up, okay? She gonna get you right. Yes, she's from Brunswick, Georgia. That is my girl. So let's get into it. It's something we do here at Eddwina called, I'm sorry, Ejene. Let's get into it. So we do something called the Eagle Vision Picture Game. And what that is, I simply went down your timeline, and you're just gonna tell me what these pictures mean to you, okay?
Okay.
All right, here is the first one.
That was my second book release party, June the 1st.
Second book in June?
My third book.
That's what I'm saying. What? Oh, my Lord. We're going to talk about that. Okay. We're going to talk about that.
I'm here, baby.
Come on, exactly. We're talking about all three. Hey. Thank you so much for joining, Miss D. Leandria. Thank you so much for joining.
That's my girl from home.
Hey, what's up? That is what's up. Okay, next picture.
I was a part of a podcast that we were starting there. Yes.
Got it. Okay, so she do podcasts, everything.
I was at a radio station being interviewed for my second book in June.
Second book, come on. And we're talking about the third book.
Yes.
Jesus. In June, and it's only
August. And I did it on my birthday because that was a birthday present for myself.
Oh my gosh. We're going to get into it.
Book number one. My first book release party for book number one. That happened on New Year's Eve.
Wow, that is awesome. So we're going to talk. I know we're here to talk about the third book, and we're going to talk about that, but I want to talk about all three. We're going to talk about a little bit of everything, if that's cool, okay? So look, that was the Eagle Vision Picture Game. You family now. It's all good, right? Exactly. It wasn't too bad. So look, just tell us who, we know author Ejene, but just tell us, Ejene, you know your name.
Okay.
Right, exactly. But we know who you're author, but we want to just know who you are as a person. Before we get into all the big titles and everything, just tell us who you are as a person.
I'm a simple old country girl. I have dreams, and I moved to Atlanta to fulfill them. And I've been doing it one step at a time. Now, it wasn't easy, and Atlanta will eat you alive, but that comes from your bringing up. My parents taught me how to manage money, how to be respectful of those, in leadership. Respect is earned, it's not given. And so I earned my respect for the people that I've met, and I've moved my way to different areas that I wanted to go. And when I saw one area was dying, I didn't just fall out. I'm like, oh my God, it didn't work. I got up, redid it all over again, reinvented myself, and kept moving.
That's dope. That's dope. So author, how did we get to the author? How did you become a writer? Where did that come from?
So it comes from a sad place, but however, it has definitely helped a lot of people to live. So this is my 9-year-old niece.
Wow.
Her name is Adams. She committed suicide December of 2018 due to bullying in school, which hence the reason I am an advocate for bullying. I built her foundation right after that because I didn't know what to do, and which pushed me into authorship. So after building her foundation, people was given at the GoFundMe, and a lot of things were accomplished. I got a lot of things done, but I was being asked to come speak to so many different places. I've gone to Kalamazoo, Michigan, all over Alabama. You got the bio in the description, but I actually went to places and other places that is not named, in a lot of private locations. And that, when I'm taking off of work, takes money out of my family's mouth. So, and I have 2 kids as well. I'm a mother as well. And so with that, I was like, I have to find a way to make an income for the foundation so that I won't tell people, no, I can't make it, I don't have any money. That's not what I'm trying to say. That's not what needs to be heard for someone that wants to commit suicide or depressed or those things. So I had to what can I do, Lord, that I can move this to make sure that no other family feels the pain that we still feel almost 2 years later. And that's when book number 1 came. Oh, that's book number 2. Sorry. Book number 1, What Death Do We Part? So I was actually at a radio station talking about the McKinsey Foundation, bullying, and the things that I talk about, bullying rings, who's involved, how parents can document the things so they can go and have a case to present to the board and the state superintendent, and just, teaching people the steps that we did but didn't fully comply because we knew the people, because we from a small place. And so everybody knows everybody. And so we just kind of went off of the word of that, But however, seeing that didn't work, and now we're at where we are with the passing of my 9-year-old niece, I tell parents, I don't care if they your mama. If they said it, record it, write it down, and keep your record, because if you don't, that's going to be your word against theirs with no actual facts. And that comes from 3 different college degrees that my family sent me to college to do. Keep your facts, keep your documents. So book number 1 was birthed to help fund the foundation. After the book number 1 did well, and I left it as a cliffhanger, so I went on too. But when I first started, I said,
wait. Hold on, slow down. Look, wait. Hold on, I think it's freezing too. So we're still on book number 1. Tell us, I know it's about your niece, but just tell us a little bit about what book number 1 is. What will the reader get? What will the reader get?
Okay, so in book number 1, it is not about my niece. It is about marriage. Yes. It is about marriage. That's why it's called What Am I? What Death Do We Part? So when you get married, you always say, until death do us part. Well, what death? Because 9 out of 10 times when people get married, their outlook of death is
what death?
Death happens. But in my book is what death? Because that death. So what death do we part? What is it gonna take to just break your back and I can't do this no more? How many things you want to negotiate that you don't get renegotiation on, and you just call it quits? So that's what book 1 is. What death do we part? And of course, they have all the juiciness. And I'm a country girl, and I was born and raised in the church, so you can guarantee church stuff.
Come on. Come on. Yes, Lily, I'm sorry, Alicia, this is good. This is good.
Book number 2, continuation of the cliffhanger for book number 1. However, I fully dedicated book number 2 to my niece. And this is her.
Oh, wow.
That is her grave site where her brother has his head on her grave. I also, in the back of book number 2, where you can go to the Mackenzie Foundation, and if you ever thought about suicide.
Wow.
Even though I give a lot of juiciness, I always come with a lesson, and I always give the resources just in case you want to privately reach out, because everybody can't do stuff publicly. And if you get my books and they all 99 cents on Kindle, you can for 99 cents go and get that resource you need to privately help and heal yourself. So
that's so good. Before we move on, Alicia Pickney says, can you share some notes from book 1 and 2? Can you give us some stuff, some things we can overcome, or things that you talk about that we can maybe overcome? Just share some notes.
Absolutely. So back to book number 1. In the end of book number 1, the author writes the character Pam as a TV show host. And at the end of this book, which all of these are post Mackenzie's death. So everything has to do with death in its own right, because death took a different form after the death of my niece, which is the reason for the name of everything that I have done. So what death do we part? If you knew today in 30 days that your husband, your wife, your lover, your boyfriend, your girlfriend would die, the thing that you guys break up on, would it really be worth it? Because that's it. You will no longer see that person ever again. So would it really matter? What death do we part? As a relationship, as a marriage, as a friendship, as lovers, as business partners, whatever the relationship is, what would cause it to part? And at the end of book 1, you find out, does it really matter? If you could not have that one person you know that's going to always have your back, would that little nitpick thing that we are upset about and we're going to call it quits behind, will it matter? That's book 1.
Wow. Wow, that's good. You better come on. You better come on. Hey, Katrina, thank you so much for joining us. My Instagram fam, thank you so much. Kurt Tanise said, this is good. She said, this is good. And then Lily, I believe in this, we're going to talk about book 2 again. She said, are there some key signs that her parents may have seen before her passing? Was there any signs?
Yes, we all had signs. We had all the signs. And, I work in the school system here. My mom was a mental health caseworker. My sister was a teacher. And so, there were signs, and we got, we talked to the school. We did all the things that was necessary, but the torment that was happening to her was so great. And she also wrote a diary. So there was a lot of things that we found out that was really going on after her passing, and, how things were happening in school and social, and the fact that she was Black, they were white, and it caused a lot of other issues as well. So yes, we were aware. I even sent a note to her to give to her teacher, because her teacher was actually the mother of one of the boys I graduated high school with. That's just how small our town is. So I knew that they knew us, and so for them to just whatever to what we're saying about the issues that we was having with the kids bothering and tormenting and torturing my niece was very aggravating and very unsettling to us as a family. So book number 2, the one that I dedicated to her. So book number 2, is post Mackenzie's passing, which I keep showing because this is something I show in my presentations when I go and speak. I want kids to understand that if you're bullying someone, it can lead to their death. This is where it led her to her grave. So when people say, leave them alone, leave them alone. Leave them alone. Book number 2 ends, the story with book number 2 is just the closing of the casket of a loved one. That's the last place you're going to leave them. You'll never see them again. You'll never be able to have any more memories with them. Book number 2 is about actually separating from that physical to that supernatural, that you will never see them again. Physically, all you have is memories. That's all you have. Even if you see them or thought you saw them, book number 2 tells you that now it's all a memory. There's no more any this. We can't go there. We can't be here together physically. We can do the spiritual and in the heart and in the memory, but physically you will never touch that individual again. It's about the closing of the casket. And again, what death do we part?
Wow.
So, yes.
Wow. This is so good. So good. Before we move on, Alicia says, do you think that parents should read their children's diaries?
Yes. And we read her, well, my sister did, and that's why we knew so much was going on. I mean, it was more things that she had written and something else that she hid, but the main one we knew about, my sister had been monitoring at her and my mom. So yes, you really do need to read it. If you can, even though, you don't want to invade that space and that privacy, and then they may, actually go off and be upset about it. However, if you can't get to them, I can get to them, or a sister or a brother or someone, a mentor that they trust, they can get to them. Because it's a lot of parents that even being virtual since March, the Mackenzie Foundation has been talking to kids on a weekly basis. Parents call, people call, hey, call my niece, call my nephew, inbox them, do however you reach out to them, just get them. Because kids are still trying to commit suicide, seriously. And it has not ended. I don't know what people been thinking. It has just increased because online bullying is just as hard and just as tormenting as it would be face-to-face, if not more, because you can spread a picture and it go a million places in 2 seconds. So it is just as bad. And I have been...
This is breaking my heart, because I was about to ask, were you more happier? But now that you're saying that is true. I was going to say, were you more happy because the kids are doing virtual? But no, them kids be on all them games. I be hearing my nephew in there talking to them kids. They be cussing and fussing.
But it's not just the games. It's also within the Google Classrooms. But when I found out, and I learned that from my kids was like, oh, Mom, we can do this, that, and that. I said, oh, really? So let me call my IT people so that I can know the right terminology when I call these teachers and superintendents of other counties to let them know, hey, this is the format that you need to tell your IT department they need to shut down because these kids are going in and bothering other kids. So I get an inside scoop, yes, from my kids and other kids that, I mentor, that I've spoken with when I do a big event or whatever in the community, at the church, one-on-one, whatever the case may be. And they fall in love with me and I fall in love with them back to keep them alive, because some are bullies, some are, try to commit suicide, and we do a plan to keep them alive and change their minds so that they can lead with greatness and not be a follower of foolishness. So
come on now. Yes. Train them up in the way. Come on. This is good. This is good. Mackenzie. Yes, we are standing for you, Mackenzie. Yes. 9 years old. 9 years old.
9 years old. Yes.
I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. We're going to say you got a third book, though. You got a third book. Let's talk about it. Come on now.
Third, you heard me, the author, right?
Come on.
It's called Living Life After Death. So this is the triple post Mackenzie death. Living life after death is just what it says. It's grief. But as I told you before, as you can find in my bio, I have a background in sociology and psychology. So therefore, I had to make sure this book was almost self-made. Now, it goes through some real weird things. We go paranormal in this thing. But in the beginning, this book goes into discuss that final ride. After the funeral happens and you ride in the family car behind the hearse headed to the gravesite, that final ride, it talks about that. It talks about the first without, the first time we go to the store without our deceased loved one, the first time we go to a game without our deceased loved one, the first time we have Christmas without our deceased loved one. It goes through the withouts, the last ride. It continues on over to how people think that they're entitled to know your business and tell your business before Channel 2 Action News can tell it, and you're the family and you're the one grieving. It goes through all of those things that we as families that have lost a loved one actually deal with, and I go off. As an individual and as an author, I go off. So when you read it, you're going to be like, yes, my sister, yes, I need to give this book to everybody at that church over there in that community at that yes, because I want people to understand we don't like it. We don't like that you come in here and try to bombard our life when we are already hurt. We don't need no more of that. I had to become a bodyguard to protect my family so that the people won't come in my mama's house out crying her over her grandchild. Who are you? Who are you?
Jesus, this is good. This is good. I'm about to jump through this computer screen. Do you hear me?
Book 3 also goes through the 5 stages of grief, and we break those down in an entertaining way. And again, I have resources in the back of book number 3. There's a counselor. If you have thoughts of depression, or if you are still dealing with the death of a loved one 10, 20, 15 years later, grief don't have a time limit when it stops. But if you never get from being grieved, you will not be changed. You can't get back to yourself or become a better person until you have healed. And for me, my healing is doing what I do now, talking about what myself and my family went through.
Wow. This is amazing, y'all. This is amazing. We are talking to author Ejene. Oh my gosh, y'all. I see the numbers are up in here. I see people are commenting. So if you have any questions, if you want to say anything, the floor is open. We're going to talk to her. We're going to get it in. Dealey Andrea said parents need to push schools to monitor bullying more. They know a lot of times they just overlook it. That's how most of the fighting begins in middle school and high school.
And that pushes me to this point right here. So in 2 years, I'll be running for school board in my county. So in order for me to make a change, I got to step up and be the change. I don't sit here and talk about what I'm not going to do. I'm going to sit here and talk about what I'm going to do.
Come on. That's what we're going to do. Fran Murray said, this is great. Curtin said, I want the book, and she is so sorry for your loss. So tell the people where they can get the all your books. Tell everybody how they can get your books.
So all 3 of my books are on Amazon.com right now. I will add the link later after the broadcast. All 3 of them are 99 cents if you go to Kindle just to get that quick read, because they all are quick reads. Because I have read all 3 of my books at all 3 of my book release parties, and only took me 2 hours to read and stop and eat and get a little wine, but you can
come on now.
Or you can get the paperback, and these actually just came in today. I'm so proud. I was like,
yes, come on.
99 each if you get paperback, but everything
an autograph copy
that I do, it goes back to help me with the McKinsey Foundation until my mom and my sister are ready to tell their story. Because you think my story is powerful, wait till you hear my mom and my sister's story.
Come on.
I'm just driving this vehicle until my passengers are ready to drive. I'm gonna make sure I build it up so they're ready to come help and really tell you what is what. Their story is something amazing. It is something amazing.
So this is just your story. This not even everybody's. This is just your story.
Just mine. This is just mine.
This is good. This is good. Fran Murray says, I need this book. Much grief is silenced or put on the back burner, which is so true.
Yes.
Curtin said, girl, you bad.
It's my healing, y'all. I promise you it's my healing, because some days I'm like, Lord, and then as soon as I want to break down, somebody say, hey, this child just tried to commit suicide, and I get that. Because that's my purpose now. That's my purpose, is to not let another child die that I can save with Mackenzie's story. I can't do it.
Jesus. Tyerica said, yes, they overlook it, thinking that it'll stop. That's the wrong thing to do. It will not stop.
Absolutely.
Man, Sean said this is fire. Yes, Sean, this is fire. This is. Isaiah said he wants a copy. What a powerful story. Oh my God.
So guys, just go. And I did this book on my birthday. I released it Sunday, August the 30th, and I went bestseller that same day. So yeah, I've been so overjoyed. I looked up and I was like, I'm a bestseller author. Oh my God. So I'm just grateful. I'm thankful. I'm on my path, and whoever join me, let's ride. You know, if you want to watch, just watch. But I'm gonna tell you a story as we go, and I'm here to help whoever needs me. Always reach out to me. Call. I work for the school system. We ain't back in school yet. I got time. I can be up. It's fine.
Come on. That's so good. And you know, before I tell you what I like about you, I'm going to say, D. Leandria said that's so true. It's nothing going to stop the bullying because grown-ups do it on reality shows.
That's it. That's why my presentation is 20 slides long, because what I came to realize doing this the past 2 years is that if you don't stop a bully when they're young, they grow up to be adult bullies and think it's okay because everybody allowed them to do what they wanted to do and nobody stopped them. Well, here I am, boo. I'm gonna friend you, and we're gonna stop you in love. That's I don't come for clout. I don't come for no name. I come for facts. I come for the truth. And I lost my niece because of what you do to others. So you can't leave my vicinity and not be changed. And it won't happen. It hasn't happened.
My Lord, this is so good. Look, oh my gosh. So Kurt Tanese said, can you just tell us just a little bit before it happened? Because she may have a child or someone. What were some of the signs to the bullying?
Well, up front, that she was being bullied, that these kids were messing with her. And the thing about what I've learned as an advocate is that I call it the bullying ring, that one child is not God, so they can't be everywhere at one time. So with that being said, is that they have to have help when they can't be there. So they have helpers to help them bully one individual. So with that being said, it was more than just one person, and we have to get the whole group in order to make the change, because one person can't do everything. But to answer your question, those group of kids were bullying my niece because she had a friend that was the same color as them, and they didn't like it. So they bullied her because they didn't like who she was friends with. But like I said, we come from a country town, so the families that we are close with is people we've been knowing for years. I'm talking about longer than I've been alive, and that's what happened with her. And they were jealous, and they kept doing it. And we told the teachers, and we told the principals, and we told the administrators. We even told the sheriff. Everybody was told. Everybody was put on notice, but they couldn't. When Mackenzie fought back, because one time they had said something to her and she called them a name, and they called my mom, and my sister was like, oh, we writing her up, but you want to write her up for sticking up for herself, but you don't want to write the person up that we've been telling you for months that's been bothering her. How convenient. Okay. So when it comes to racial bullying and the racism and all of Black Lives Matter, I'm not with the company Black Lives Matter. I'm talking about my Black life, my niece Black life. It matters. That's what I'm for. That's what I'm for. So,
Jesus. Oh, we're about to have a seminar. We're going to do some things. This is so good. When I tell you, oh gosh, this has been awesome. This has been awesome. Alicia says in love. She says snap fingers, snap fingers. Isaiah says stop bullying with love. Because, and what I like about you, Takar says, wow, this is good. But you know what I liked about you before you even started? Before you even said you wrote a book or however you even start, you said, I went to the Lord.
Yes.
I went to the Lord. When we go to the Lord, he will direct our path.
Yes.
We can't just set out to do it. Lord, what would you have me do? And you see it's prosperous. Not that you're trying to prosperous, but you're prospering.
Right. Yes.
My God. My God, my God. This is awesome. We're going to get together. We're going to do some things. I got your back. Real talk. Everybody in the comments got your back. I mean, like, this show has been phenomenal. This has been phenomenal. Look, again, tell everybody the 3 books that you have. Tell them where they can purchase. And before we wrap it up, just tell us, and you can take as much time as you want. Just tell us what the Lord is saying to you in this moment.
the biggest thing that I come up with is whatever your dream is, now is the time. Stop sitting on it. Stop waiting for other people to tell you yes. People didn't know I had wrote this book until I was about to release it 2 weeks before release date. Don't let people stop you from doing what you have the heart and the desire to do. This is book 1, What Death Do We Part. I released it January 1st, 2020. This is book 2, What Death Do We Part 2. I released this June the 1st, 2020. And this is book number 3, Living Life After Death. I released this book August 30th, 2020. And I have one more book I'm going to release the end of this year. So you can get all 3 of my books on Amazon Kindle for 99 cents. I will put the link below. And also you can get all 3 on paperback, just like you saw. And they're all $14.99 also on Amazon. And I'm Ejene.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. We're definitely going to be connected, and we got this. Mackenzie, we got you. We got you. We got you. And Kurtany says this has really opened up her eyes because there are adult bullies. So this has been good. This has been really good. Really good. Thank you so much. Much success. God is going to do what he said, so don't you worry. He got you. He got y'all. Tell mama and sister I love them and all that good stuff. Send in love. And have a good evening. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Right. Good night. Good night. Oh my gosh, y'all. This was so awesome. So awesome. So please, please, please make sure you follow her. I will have all the links on my Instagram. I have the links here in this message. Just awesome, awesome Black woman of God. Oh my gosh, author Ejene. Look, I call her by her real name, Eddwina. Yes, yes, yes. But it's all good. I love her, and I'm so grateful for everything that God is doing in her life. Make sure you follow her. If you would like to be a guest on the show, make sure you DM me. I will send you the link, and you can schedule your slot to be on the show. I love you all so much. There's nothing you can do about it. I thank everybody for tuning in. Hey, Tierica, I see you. Miss Eddwina, so excited. Thank you so much for joining us. Kurtany, DeLeandra, everybody, I thank y'all. So look, y'all know y'all see me post today saying we're getting to the money on Instagram. We getting to the money on Instagram. You a business owner, you have a product, you have a service, and you are not making any money on social media. So I got the tips. I got what it takes. And you, of course, do have to sow into yourself. But if you have a product or a service, I would like to help you at least get started. So I'm going live at 8 o'clock on Instagram, and I will be talking about getting to the bag on Instagram. All right. I love y'all so much. Join me. My name is Mr. Eagle Vision 2020 JR on Instagram. So at 8 o'clock, Mr. Eagle Vision 2020 JR on Instagram. We're going to be talking about getting to the bag and why you're not getting to the bag on Instagram. Bring your show. Oh, I would love to. Yes, Miss DeLeandra, I will hit you up. Bring your show to my streaming network. Yes, I would love to. I would love to. So we would definitely talk. All right, y'all. So make sure y'all tune in at 8 o'clock. I got about 28 minutes to chill. Woo, been going since 8 o'clock. Got off, did this, had some few consultations because there's a few people that want to get to the bag that's serious about it. So if you want to get to the bag on Instagram, you have a product, service, or a talent, and you need people to get to you, we're going to get you some money on Instagram. So follow me on Instagram at 8 o'clock. All right. Love y'all so much. See y'all soon. And I will be getting in touch with you, Miss DeLeandra. Thank you so much. Have a good evening. And can I get 3 people to go buy the book? Matter of fact, it's 9 cents. Can I get 5 people, 6 people? And I'm going to make sure we get that. All right. Love y'all. Have a good evening. Peace.